Hi, and welcome to another blog here of spirituality, spiritual journey with Louis and Elio. Today we're going to talk about a little quote that I saw by Pablo Picasso, where he says, "The meaning of your life is your gift, and the purpose of your life is to share that gift." So it makes a lot of sense. He was a very creative artist, and his gift of obviously was his art, and that basically described him, if you will, as an artist. And he was very in tune with his art. That's all he ever did in his life. And as far as sharing it with others, he was so prolific that he ended up doing art every day of his life. And so he had a very large selection of art, which he monetized it as very well, and was a very wealthy artist of his time. And so we look at it, and what do you think, Elio?
It's interesting. I've never heard, and you brought up the topic, which is interesting because again, I believe everyone does have a journey, and the journey is to be offered and to be given to others because that's what life is all about. The continuing of that journey of yours to be passed on to the next. Um, it's just a way of life, I believe. You know,
What
it's
about the gifts? You believe everyone has a gift?
um, I that's what I understand. I believe we do all have gifts, and we just have to again practice them and use them to benefit others. And having that gift, it's just a way of just passing on what you already have, which is that special gift.
You have talents too. Some people are very talented at one thing, and other people are talented in something else, and that becomes your gift. That, and if you can incorporate passion with your gift, it elevates it to another level of consciousness, if you will. And then at the end, what do you do with it? That becomes your purpose. So what's your purpose in life? Everybody walk around, what's my purpose in my life? Well, it's to share your gift, whatever that gift is. So what's the meaning of my life? It's to discover your gift and to accentuate it to a point where, people come to you for that gift, for that talent. And, some people call it a blessing. I know singers who with wonderful voice that, really uplifts people, their voice. And they say, it's a gift from, my higher power, God, whatever. And do you understand how that works? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, gifts come in many forms, and singing is very powerful because, the singing will again lift your spirit. I mean,
Yeah.
from being, down and out, it can inspire you to do almost anything, and I use a lot of music and a lot of different songs that I get really into spiritually, and I feel it within because it does take me there. I lose you know perception of time, and I just drift away, and it makes me feel good. I'm not a singer myself, but I mean I have gifts that I see that I've been able to do things all my life, and again it seems to me that I have to just share what I have, having several gifts.
Okay, someone watching this is saying, well, I don't know what my gifts are. I don't know what I'm here for. What's my purpose in life? What would you have? What would you say to them?
I mean, everybody has their own journey. I would say that first, and it's within everything that I felt has always been within. Understanding. I reflect on my life and see everything that I've accomplished in things that I've achieved, and all the other things that have been looking like losses in my life have always been gains for me. And I look at it that way because again, it's inspired me to see that I am special in a way that I don't have blockers as before I used to get angry, get sad, depressed. I don't have those things anymore. That's the gift that I received. It's just a journey that I'm going through, and I can see things differently now, as everything that looked like a problem was never a problem. It was, can I go through that situation and build from it?
Right, right. I look too. I've listened to interviews with very artistic, if you will, or creative people, and they always answer the same. I have to sing. I have no choice. I have to act. If they say, well, if you weren't an actor, what would you be? And it's like, there's nothing else I could be. I mean, that's who I am. That's what I am. But that's interesting. There's another side to that is you're not what you do. You're not. This is not who you are. But it kind of does define you in our society. As you go to a dinner party. Well, what do you do? Well, I'm an accountant. Okay, you are an accountant, but that's not really who you are. Because if you stop being an accountant, do you stop being? No, obviously not. But so we're talking about, I guess, gifts that from this higher power that you have to find, and I think passion is definitely connected to it. So finding what you're passionate about will help you find your meaning in life, and then sharing that passion with others. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I agree. Again, my reflections of my past, I've always been, in a spiritual sense, looking for a higher level than what I already have. Which again, it's who I am, and I just, I've gone and learned and studied different, gone to different seminars and learned spirituality and many religions, and it's taken me to different levels. I don't, I agree with everybody's opinions because, I don't judge whatever anybody
Let
does.
me ask. I was thinking about while you were saying that. I think part of your gift, if you will, is seeing the bigger picture. A lot of us look at the details, but you tend to look at things in a more global or larger view. Would you say that might be one of your gifts?
I see everything positive, even if it looks in this sense, meaning in reality it's a negative. I look at it as positive because, again, I've gone through many, if you look at it, traumatic experiences, but they've all came out positive in my life.
Right.
It's all come out. I've been in car accidents. I've gone through a lot of traumatic experience. A bad relationship. The divorce, but they all inspired me to become better. And that's the true meaning of what I see. I become better as blockers come in my way.
Right. Right. David Hawkins, one of my mentors, he talks about how Earth is like perfect. It's a perfect place for all of this stuff that's happening to us to occur, and like Elio's talking about, it's how you handle this adversity is whether it's going to be a bad adversary thing or a good one. Um, and if you come with an attitude, a positive attitude, if you will, is what can I learn from this? And take that knowledge, and next time you won't make that mistake. And so you talk about Earth and this planet as being a perfect place for us humans, or our spirit, if you will, to go through these lessons. And it's a universal truth that if you fail the lesson, you'll have to repeat it.
Exactly. Again, the same thing you're speaking about the Earth, I look at it a little farther. I look at the universe. I look at the planets, the sun, and how there's multiple stars, how everything is perfect, and how we cannot be perfect in a perfect universe.
Yeah.
And I see that these things are only for me to gain knowledge in what's next in my journey.
Right.
Again, everything is perfect in a sense that I have to build on any adversity or any situation that happens. I have to look at it and look around it, not again, not at the
Or
situation
through it.
or
Yeah.
through it. Correct.
Go through it.
Go through the obstacle to move on to the next one.
Yeah.
There's always an obstacle to reach here, because we're living and we're moving in a cycle, and it has to be, everything's already been done before in the past. All we're doing is repeating it, but in our own time.
Right. And also this thing about pain, in our lives, you have to feel the pain. You have to acknowledge that the pain exists, but then you have to move on.
Exactly.
Like he says, go around it.
Exactly. The
Go
pain,
through it.
the pain is like, again, it's like working out. You're working out a muscle. The pain, it makes you only stronger. As you create more resistance for the pain, it just gets you more inspired to move on. And just because, again, like I said, I've been through accidents that I have many broken bones in my body, which are just, I'm riddled with metal in me. But the pain is what I need to be inspired to move on.
Right. Right. What inspires you? Let us know down below. Subscribe. Let us know how you handle situations and how you get by every day. You want to tell us your gift? That would be great too, and how you share it. Let us know. Comment below. Tell us we're full of beep or whatever, or subscribe. Until then, peace. I don't know how to turn this. Okay. And I don't know how to turn this off.